Hey guys, it's Reese. Welcome back to the final part of the Toy Car Hockey Olympics event that I'm doing two separate live things for on my channel for this week. Um, so yeah, the thing that's making it special are these cars right here. You probably won't see all of them right away, but you will be able to see them very shortly though. I just have to open the cases. Well, cases or box things that is. I feel like it's better if they're just fans because it's like if they're officials, they have to get in the way of the players, and it's probably best if they're just fans then for that reason. Because I did say as like fans or official, or possibly both. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to say they can't be officials because these are brand new cars for my collection, and these are more collector type cars. So I just don't see them being used for like officiating type purposes in this event. I could have gotten other cars, but then I realized if I'm to make it exactly like real life hockey, but with toy cars instead, kind of thing, whether it's regular or Olympic one, um, for my live events for the hockey ones, that is, it would just take too much time to do all of that. Because, first of all, my periods are not even, 20 minutes long kind of thing. They're first to five goals wins, as always, and there's a reason for that. If the scoring goes too high, I'll probably end up forgetting the score, and that's why my toy car hockey events are not quite the same based off the real life ones. And they don't have the same amount of players, so, in another way, that makes them even more special or unique, kind of. So, yeah. Um, anyways, this is going to be one of the cars as a fan in the live today. It's the 1965 Shelby GT350R. It has a possibly, but I wouldn't say genuine Carroll Shelby signature on the car's roof. That is, and also the initials CS are on the rear area on the right and left side of the car. And yes, the doors do open, and so does the hood. However, I got to be extremely careful with this car because it was about close to $10 at the specialty diecast store out in Parker that I go to every 2 to 4 weeks. That is probably kind of thing. This time I had to get this car because it's super special. In my opinion, I would call this car probably more special than the Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunt, given the fact that Hot Wheels or Matchbox hasn't made this car yet. And not to mention, it's a beautifully designed car from Nissan by Ital Design, which is some like luxury car designing company that designs special cars for certain car companies. So yeah, this is a not cheap diecast car, I will say that. It was $20 at the specialty store, which is, like I'm going to say, all of these special cars are from the same store out in Parker, which is, depending on where you live in, this state, that is, it could be like, 15 to 30 minutes away from you, or it could be like over an hour away from you. It just depends on how close you are to Parker, that is, because that's where the store is located at. The good news is, I have talked to, a few people there before, and they do allow people to make YouTube videos. In fact, the reason is because the store themselves are trying to make YouTube videos so people can, learn more info about the store kind of thing. If anyone's interested in seeing when this specialty store out in Parker gets new products in, I would highly suggest you just look at their Facebook page. It's pretty simple. You just need to type in Colorado Diecast Facebook, or if you have the app already, just type in Colorado Diecast, and then you can see when they get all their new diecast cars in the store. I talked to 2 or 4 people there who work at the store, and they told me that the Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo, the 2 different color variations, or however many different color variations they have already ordered, they did say that for anyone who's planning on buying them at the store, you should be there probably by sometime this week or next week, because that's when they said they should have them in store by. So yeah. Again, not just the truck stuff, but the shipping port whatever things, are causing huge backups in toy products being delivered to any stores, collector ones or just regular ones like Target, King Soopers, Walmart, Family Dollar, Dollar General, etc. So yeah, anyways, I just thought I'd share that helpful information really quickly. So yeah, this was the $24.99 car, and I gotta say, I really do like this car. It's the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera, or Leggera, however you pronounce that name for this car. I gotta say, it looks really cool in this yellow color. Oh, and don't worry, you'll see all of the fan cars relatively soon in the live thing. Oh, and there's the GTR 50, the era car one. I thought it said time era, but it just says era car. So yeah, I did make a slight mistake when I said it on my unboxing video, but it's just a one word difference, really, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, this next car I'm showing, it's definitely worth the $29.99 for it. Oh yeah, this is definitely worth about $30. This is the Tarmac Works Pagani Huayra BC in a mostly dark blue exterior paint job with some black, and there's some like blue and white stripes going down the middle of the car from the hood to the back of the car where the engine is. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get closer to the screen so I can show it to you. Boom. It's the fastest street legal Pagani that they've actually sold in real life so far that I'm aware of. Because this one can go about 240 miles per hour. There is a technically faster Pagani in real life, but it's more of a track car kind of thing, and it's the Zonda R. And I do believe that probably Tarmac Works or Mini GT will eventually make that car, or if they have already, I probably haven't seen it in the stores yet. Like the specialty stores, that is. So yeah, there's that one. I think I want to save the Reindeer 8 Bentley Sedan towards the end, just because, it looks super cool and it's a very unique car. I mean, these next three cars I'm showing are nothing but very special and unique cars. Actually, yeah, let's do it that way. So the next one that will be a part of this live today is the number 9 Bentley Continental GT 2020 GP Ice Race. Now, I'm not sure what GP means, but I do know is that this car must have been pretty good, or possibly a winner car on this ice race event thing from about 2 years ago. There's the packaging for the car from the box thing. This is like, when I saw this car, I actually didn't realize how limited amounts of this one were made from Mini GT. There was less than 2,000 of that car made in total, of this Mini GT Bentley Ice Race car that Mini GT made and sold to all the stores, the specialty diecast collector stores. Yep. And the coolest thing is that when you saw the ski thing on the card box design, that's actually part of the car. I'm not even joking. You'll see what I mean relatively soon once I get the car out. So yeah. Anyways, there's the car. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but the black thing on the top are two skis kind of thing. There's the taillights. There's the headlights. And yeah, the number 9 thing is probably from like a special Bentley design company, if I'm not mistaken. All right, the next one up is the Corvette C8R number 3 Corvette Racing 2020 IMSA 24 Hours of Daytona race car in yellow. And I gotta say, Mini GT has totally blown Hot Wheels out of the water with the details on this one, because Hot Wheels doesn't seem to do too much details on the race cars, even though you think they would, but not all the time. They'll have some sponsors possibly, but not that many. Anyways, this car, in my opinion, has just made Hot Wheels' version of this car look kind of silly, because the details on this one are super cool. And also, it says Corvette Racing before you open it on one of the sides of the box thing. However, I will recommend that if anyone buys Mini GT or Tarmac Works cars, be extremely careful with them. And I mean extremely careful. Do not race them down your 6-lane, 4-lane track, or the regular 4-lane track, not that track builder one that's a different 4-lane track thing that's newer than the original 4-lane track one that has the gray color on it for the track setup stuff. Yeah, I would not recommend using that. Anyways, here's the C8R race car I was talking about, if it'll come out of the thing. There it is. It's almost fell, and that would not have been good. Boom. This just looks like it completely blew Hot Wheels way out of the water for this race car. So yeah, I did say there were going to be some special fans in there. I thought I'd just show them up close, one at a time, before, I did the live thing. I don't think I recall showing the Shelby up front, but here it is, so you can see that up front. Mustang Hunter would really like this car in his collection, I know that. And yeah, the hood and doors do open, like I said. Taillights, headlights, and yeah, it has number 89 on the right and left door, and also on the hood. I will say some of the features of that car seem a bit off-centered, but not by much though, so that's fine for me. So yeah, sorry, I'm just organizing stuff, so that way this live can go a little bit more quicker now. All right, so I did say that I was going to open this car too, and yes, it is going to happen. Just realize that what you're going to see next is a very special and unique Bentley sedan. This is not even a production car, so it's technically considered a concept car, but Bentley is still up in the air thinking about making this into real life sedan for people to buy. However, if they do buy it, they should realize a few facts about the car immediately. One is it's a very special and unique paint job, so I would assume if anyone who likes Bentley sedans buys this one when they do make it into production, which who knows when that will be, just be aware that they probably don't want to paint job to change. They want it to stay to the original form because it's a one-off Bentley sedan, and they probably won't make too many of it. Facts about the car is it's a, I want to say 4 or 5 liter V8 engine, I believe, and it's a twin turbo one producing close to 550 horsepower, and it's 4-wheel drive or all drive, I do believe. Top speed is technically 200 miles per hour. It said 198, but might as well just round that up to 200 because it's 2 miles per hour shy. And yeah, here it is, the Bentley Reindeer 8 Flying Spur. Just look at this beautiful sedan from Mini GT that they did. And strange as it may seem, this said it's a Chinese exclusive, meaning it has something to do with possibly Christmas, but just not in the way you think about it, though, because, reindeer obviously means something about Christmas, but on the bottom of the card box thing, it does say Chinese, or, well, why I keep saying Chinese is because it says China exclusive, but, it's pretty much similar, or close enough, I will say. So, yeah. The headlights and the grille look really nice on the front of the sedan. There's it from one of the two sides. I believe it from the right or left side. I know it's from one of the two sides. Here it is from another side view. There's the taillights. The taillights look really cool. The paint job on this car is really cool. It's kind of like a red-brown color, and then there's some white and green. And the rim color is like a gold color. Oh, and there's also a golden thing on the hood. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it looks really cool. And there's also some gold stuff like across the doors from the front of the car, like just a bit below the hood to right there before the past the second door part fully. There's some gold stuff there. So yeah. Alright, anyways, enough talk about that. Now, since all of those are here, let's put this somewhere. Why don't we just put that one there? So that way it's slightly easier to see. So yeah, the special cars are right there. You may not be able to see them so well because there's stuff in the way, and I just realized that. So because of that reason, we're probably going to have to move some other stuff a little bit more out of the way kind of thing. I just realized that myself right now, unfortunately. So yeah, hopefully some people show up soon because, I'm just going to say this. I don't think me or anyone else would be fans, when there's like no one showing up in their lives. But, if people are busy, that's completely different. If you are busy doing whatever, we don't need to go into specifics about what it is. Just say, hey, I'm busy. I can only stop by for a few minutes kind of thing. Or it's like, you could say, hey, sorry, I'm really busy today. I ended up being a little bit more busier than planned. I can't make your live, but I will send you a comment when it's on your channel. If anyone just, says something like that, that would be really nice. I think I'm going to put this one somewhere else so I don't, have them completely next to each other. Just throwing something away really quickly because that was kind of in the way of where I was putting the Corvette Mini GT box thing. So yeah. All right. We may have to move a little bit more cars out of the way, and that's going to be expected, unfortunately. Well, you can still kind of see the cars. They're right here, but it's kind of hard to see them because the screen's a bit far away from them. So I'm just moving some stuff out of the way really quickly. Alright, that should do it, hopefully. And I do hope that some people show up soon. Alright. Well, you may not be able to see the cars just based off, where they are, kind of. So, yeah. May have to move other cars into a different spot, unfortunately. So that way, they're not in the way of the live thing. For where the other ones are. Sorry, this is taking me a bit longer to start the actual talking events part for the live than I had thought at first. Sorry, just moving a few more things out of the way. I'm trying to make my live, area where I'm doing this a bit more neat and clean. So that way you can actually see the cars you need to see. Oh yeah, those are the two winner teams. Those are teams playing now. And then those are the other teams playing. Alright, now the live thing should be way better. And yeah, let's slowly move the cars a little bit more closer. So that way. Well, you can see them now. The only downside is it's going to be a weird way for the hockey thing to work because I don't know how that's going to work. Well, these cars right here are all the fan cars. I'm just going to say that so that way you can see them. You can also see them this way now. All right. Now since that's done and taken care of, I think it's time that the game actually starts officially. Oh, let's get them a little bit more, out of the playing area, so that way the puck doesn't end up hitting them. Well, you can already see them. I'll show them up close again if you didn't see them at first, before the event started. Alright, so you're going to play, you're going to play, and you're going to play. Alright, so now the event will officially be starting. I just hope a few people will show up before both of them are done. The question never did get truly answered, and because of that reason, I just feel like it's best if I just do the winning 4 teams, because then if I do a losing teams thing too, it wouldn't be, like really more Olympic-based focus kind of thing. Because, in actual hockey, it's like you could do it any way you want kind of thing. But when it gets to the playoff stuff, that's kind of when it feels a bit similar to the Olympic, but not kind of in the same way, just because, in NHL they have different players playing, whereas Olympics, they use different players too. So yeah, it's all really different actually. Any kind of hockey or sport is really different when you think about it in the long run of things. So yeah. Alright, puck is dropped and we are underway. I thought USA was going to be the home team, but I guess not. Because, Australia hasn't played, so USA is being nice by letting them be the home team. And it's a goal, and it's 1-0 USA. That was a pretty long goal for the GT40 Mark IV in yellow. Speaking of this car on Team USA, there is a Gulf Racing Colors version coming out really soon in the stores. Target, Walmart, possibly a few other stores should be having that car right about now. It just really depends on where you are. Like people in Europe, they're already on to probably D, E, possibly F and G case already. They're probably past C case for 2022 cars in Europe, just depending on which stores you go to there. Because diecast dude, gotta check out his channel. He always has a lot of new cars to unbox. Because he goes to multiple stores, and that's really cool. Alright, anyways, I'm back to the game now. Oh yeah. Just remembered that something was in a pocket, but it's not really needed to be used right now, even though it would be used for a different sport kind of event thing. And Australia scores. It's 1-1 already. Wow. That's going to be a tripping on the Australian car because he made the forward fall backwards and on to the playing thing upside down. The Ford thought he was going to be called for a penalty, but since the other car did not fall down, he's going to the penalty box instead, which is just going to have to be over there. Meaning it's now a 3-on-2, and USA is on the power play. And that's out of play. Almost a delay of game call, but not quite, though. Goal, and it's 2-1. USA strikes back. Well, that was quick. Although so far it's only 1 goal difference, so yeah. I want to say this the nicest way I can. If you're busy and you can't make this live, please do not, rush into joining this live like last minute kind of thing. Just comment on it when it's on my channel. I don't want to pressure anyone, so if no one shows up because they're busy with things happening, that's totally fine and understandable. However, I will say for the people who are, not doing too much today, they should just probably, stop by and say, that's a cool live or something like that. I don't know. I'm just tossing out ideas for people if they do show up, and it's their choice. Tampa from his channel should be joining, hopefully. He said if he'll be able to make it, which, I hope that can happen. If not, then they can just comment on the live once it's on my channel. I'm trying to be way more nicer than, my previous lives. It's like, if you're watching the live, couldn't you do something else kind of thing? And then it's like, well, after that happened, it didn't turn out to be a great experience for me on my YouTube live things. So that's why I'm focusing on being more nicer and more positive stuff in general on my live thing. One thing that will remain consistent is if I ever do a questions and answers thing, we gotta stick with the theme of diecast cars or video games and make sure it's, just safe and appropriate for everyone on YouTube once it's on the channel. Whether it's, I'm doing a live or someone else is doing a live, everyone should just realize that if they are doing diecast cars thing, you should realize, oh, it's a diecast cars Q&A. I'm just letting people know that for, not just my channel, but any channel that's doing a live. If you don't say in specific what your Q&A is, and, whether you're regulars or, new people who are just getting into diecast cars or video games are on your channel during a live, and they ask different kind of sub-questions, here's one of two things you could do. You could say, hey, I thought I'd just let you know that, even though you're new to my channel, it says in the description that, this is a video game Q&A thing, or this is a diecast car Q&A thing. Or what you could say is, I haven't thought about answering other kinds of questions in a Q&A thing. Maybe I'll think about it for my next live. Or what you could do as another option is say, hey, maybe towards the, ending part, once all the cars are done being shown or the video game play is done, I can answer any kinds of questions, whether they're video games, diecast cars, or other kinds of questions. Just realize that you should never ask personal information questions during a live stream. That is the worst idea ever. No one should do that. No matter whose YouTube channel it is, mine, Tampa, Honest Diecast, Nas from Nostalgic, any of the diecast car collectors or video game players, you should never ask personal information questions on channel. It is just so rude and not polite and not the best thing to do. And I'm just going to say this because, it's just the wrong place to do it. YouTube is never the best place to ask anyone personal questions stuff, unless you are sending them diecast cars or a gift card kind of thing or something like that. But otherwise than that, you should never ask live stream people personal information questions. That is just not the best thing to do. And the reason why I say that, like I pretty much explained already, is the only reason you should ask personal information stuff is if you need shipping information to send them diecast cars or video game stuff, or a video game gift card or a gift card to a store so they can buy more cars kind of thing. Otherwise, it's just not really needed. They should just be focusing on what makes them happy, like the diecast car sports things like baseball or hockey or the racing or the video game racing or video game sports like hockey and etc. Anyways, enough talk about that. Back to the game. Is that a goal? Yes, it is, and it's 2-2. Game's tied already. It's 2-2. Wow, this game has been tied twice now. And Australia could win, even though they are a brand new team. I am missing another Matchbox Ute one, just not this white one. It was a green one from a few years ago. And then it's like, I don't know, 10 plus years later, they make another one in this color. Surprised it took them that long to do that. No goal. And it's 2-3. Australia could eliminate USA in the Toy Car Hockey Olympics event. Now, again, there is one more game after this, but it's France and Italy. And then we are down to the final 4 winning teams in total. That looks like it's a goal. Wow. I don't know, because it looks like the truck moved a little bit more backwards after it went past him. So they're going to say that's a goal because the goalie interfered with the puck after it went past him for a goal. After further review, the call on the ice is goal. And it's 3-3. Well, the imaginary ice, because again, we're not playing with toy cars on actual ice or a made-up car hockey rink kind of thing. We're playing on something that kind of would feel similar to ice, but not the same thing. And it's 4-3. USA has taken the lead. If Australia does not score and USA does, well, it's game over for them. And it's 4-4. Well, it's 4-4, tie game. And you know what that means. Automatic overtime starting now. Next goal wins. Or if they don't make a goal on 20 shots on goal, we go into a shootout. Because I don't want to go into a bazillion overtime period kind of thing. Is that a goal? No, it's not. Just barely. Not enough to count it as a goal. And the Toyota did not move the puck backwards more, whereas the other time it looks like it went past him. And then it's like when I saw him go backwards, it's like, that's not what I saw. I saw it go a little bit further past him. And that's why I signaled for a goal. USA wins in overtime. They are going to the next round. USA stuns Australia in overtime, 5-4. And it's all thanks to the GT49-4. He gets every goal for USA. What an unbelievable comeback that was. Man, I feel sorry for Zelda Diecast Racing who said Australia was going to win. But on the other side of things, Australia did put up a great game, so I wouldn't be too surprised if they tried harder next time in the Car Hockey Olympics event thing on my channel. They just didn't play quite good and great enough to beat USA, because USA has been a team to beat so many times in toy car hockey. And they have been eliminated before, but just not this time. Just not today. Nope. Just couldn't happen today, unfortunately. Alright, with that game done out of the way, let's get the next game set up and played, and that will be France versus Italy. And to be honest, that's going to be a surprising game to see who wins, because Italy has slightly more newer cars than France does. Slightly. And I do mean slightly more new cars. Sorry, I'm just waiting for my baseball game to load. I know that I did say this was just supposed to be a car hockey Olympics thing, but I'm just taking a quick break just because, that was so much excitement that, I feel like I should take a quick pause. Well, okay, that's weird. This shortstop should be a switch hitter. I'm surprised by that. Anyways, wow, that was not so good. I got nothing but XP on both boxes. That was a little bit bizarre thing. Alright, anyways, back to the car hockey stuff. Sorry, just had to take a quick intermission, as they would say in hockey. Because, in hockey, they call it intermission for their breaks, which is kind of a weird term for a break, I will say. Normally, since we're getting close to an hour, I would be like, where's the people saying they're going to show up kind of thing. However, this time I'm being a little bit more nice and polite, and it's like, hey, if you can't make it, that's fine. Just, realize that I'm not saying you have to be here every time. Sometimes I will say do not miss the live kind of thing, and that's being a little bit too picky, like, in a way, because it's like you're saying, oh, if you miss this live, you really miss a lot of cool, fun things like car racing, show and tell, and all of that stuff. This is a bit different since it's a quick live for toy car hockey in a different way. That's okay if you can't make this live, and if you can just stop in and watch for a few minutes, that's fine too. You don't always have to do the live stream chat feature every time. I would just say it's nice if people can, but if you can't do that, because you're busy or whatever, that's totally understandable. I will say one thing that I would like to have be consistent, and that is if you're doing a side chat, just be aware that sometimes, depending on what channel you are on, side chats are accepted. On other channels, the live stream host people are like, in a way that kind of hurts their feelings because you're completely going off on some random topic that the live stream person may or may not even be interested in. If you let them know they're talking to someone else on the side chat and not the person hosting the live, that's okay, just as long as you let them know before the side chat happens. Otherwise, they're going to be like, okay, what's happening? What's going on? Why are we all talking about something else now? Kind of thing. And I will just say this. It is not polite to go off topic during a live thing unless you let them know who you're talking to when you're doing the side chat. Because, not just in live streams, but in real life, it's never okay to disengage from the main topic unless you say, something like, excuse me, kind of thing. If you just start going into random conversations about, dogs all of a sudden, and we're focusing on diecast car racing, that's going to confuse someone. The only reason that dogs could be tied into diecast car racing is if, someone wants to, have some, dog stickers on their car, something like that. Or, hey, it would be cool if they, made a design for this diecast car with dogs on it, kind of thing. Otherwise than that, like I'm saying, it's just not the best idea to do a side chat unless you let people know who you're talking to on the side chat, and just realize that you should keep the side chats safe and appropriate for everyone during the live stream, because again, in these YouTube communities, and not just the communities in YouTube, but YouTube itself is always going to be aware of what's being said on video comments, live streams during the live, and the comments when the live's on the channel, so that everyone can see it after it's, officially done and finished. So, yeah. Well, unfortunately, Australia couldn't do it, but they put up a good battle against USA. Just a 1-goal difference, 1 goal only separated USA and Australia. And had that been Australia, I don't know what I would have said, because it would have been their first time going into an advancing round for toy car sports of any kind. Yep. Well, now since that's done, let's have our final event for this one happen. And then we will do the 2 winning teams. Wow, sorry, I think I may or may not have the hiccups or a cough or something. I just hope I don't. Because if I do, that's not good, because then I will feel like, I may have to end the live and then possibly end the live. I wouldn't say officially end the live. So, yeah, possibly end the live to get, water or something, or just, make that thing go away. So that way I have no, annoying quick delays in the live again. And yes, I'm fully aware of what I'm saying during this live. And if that's, still being a little bit not nice or polite, just realize that I'm trying to be more nicer than I was before with live streams, because, before it's like some people majority of people were sticking with my live stream rules, but then a few months later down the road, and some people just start going on to side chats, and that kind of just threw me off course of what I was talking about in my live thing. And not to mention, one of my people on my channel, they said they may or may not ever show up in my live things again, which is totally their choice. That is totally their choice. That is not my choice. That is their choice. However, it was because of a side chat thing, and I didn't know they were doing a side chat. So yeah, that person unfortunately did get a little bit unhappy with me, and can I control these other people? Unfortunately, the answer is no, you can't. You cannot control other people but yourself. Everyone should realize that. Not just me, but everyone doing, YouTube live event things, whether they're diecast cars or something else, should realize you can really only control yourself and what you're doing during your life. What you can do is, if you notice a side chat's going on and you realize it's not something you're interested in talking about, you could just say, hey, that's great that you're talking about this, but could you keep that between you and this other person? And if they say yeah, that's fine. Just thanks for letting me know that you only want me to talk about this side chat between me and this other person. That's fine. But since it wasn't resolved that way, unfortunately, that's kind of why some people may or may not think I'm being more polite on my live streams, but I'm trying to be more nicer after that incident happened. And to be honest, ever since then, my side chat things on the live streams have been very few. I've only had it happen like twice for side chat, and I'm proud of that. I really am proud of that. Hopefully, Tampa, Diecast Cars and Holla shows up on this live, or the real Cynthia, or a few other people show up on this live. If you can only just show up and watch the live, that's fine too. And if you're too busy to watch it, hey, just leave a comment when it's done. You don't have to rush into joining this live. I'm just trying to be, more nice and polite from now on when I do live streams after the side chat incidents have happened, unfortunately. All right, enough talk about that. Let's get the next game started and underway. So yeah, I don't know if I want to do a part 3 and 4 for part 3 semifinal 1, part 4 for semifinal 2, and then once those 4 parts are done, do a 5th part for the final car hockey Olympic live thing, or should I just do 2 parts and do all the winning teams together? See, this is why my question never got answered. I was wondering if I should do just the 4 winning teams or the 4 losing teams. Well, not either or, but both of them, or just the winners only. Because if I want to make it really unique, I could do both, but I'm not sure if I want to. Oh yeah, that one, because it's new too. Autobez Diecast. Hey, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by this live. I knew you were on Tampa's live not too long ago. And I just thought I'd let people know this is only a toy car hockey Olympic style based live event thing that I'm doing as of yesterday and today. It's not a show and tell, and I do apologize for that. I should have mentioned that just because I showed those 7 new cars, you would think it makes it a show and tell. That's not completely true. I only showed them because you may not be able to have seen them, during the later on parts of the live when those 7 cars are just fans watching the game. And there is no French ones, unfortunately, so yeah. And given the fact that UK advanced, the UK fans, which are 1, 2, 3 of the cars, yeah, that's going to make them happy. USA fans, which are 1, 2, should also be happy. Japan, not so much. Italy, well, they're playing right now, so let's see what happens. And Italy scores. It's 1-0 Italy. Wow. I mean, Italy has been a team to look out for a few times, same with Germany and Japan, but it's normally like USA, UK, and France, followed by probably Germany, and then Italy and Japan are towards the last 2 teams normally in toy car hockey for previous seasons that was, but now it's USA, UK, Italy, USA, UK, Italy, and Germany are like the 4 teams to watch out for in toy car hockey when I do my normal season events for them. As of, the newer ones, that is. Well, thanks for stopping by, AutoBest Diecast. I know I haven't seen you in my lives before. I'm not sure, but I think you may or may not have said something about, I'm not sure if it was you or someone else, but someone on Tampa's live before they joined my live said something about food and stuff for, something in Florida. I would like to talk about that, just not right now, though. That should not be mentioned until, once this is done. Maybe during, a different live thing. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was you or someone else, so that's why I'm saying whoever mentioned that would be cool to just, bring that up again, so that way they have more information about it, because the person did say it was a month only kind of thing. No goal. Oh, that was you. I knew it was you or someone that looks similar to your channel name thing on Tampa's Live. Interference on the Lamborghini. He moved the Bugatti out of the way and he did not have the puck. So he's going to the penalty box. Tripping, Italy. Wow, and it's down to a 3-on-1 now. I can't believe that. And it's somehow 2-0 Italy. They've scored on a short-handed power play thing somehow, and they did not move the goalie. So because of that, that will be counted as a goal. Got to make sure the goalies are evenly lined up. Well, that was cool that you said that in Tampa's line. Anyways, I just thought I'd let you know that the thing you said about the food thing in Florida was really cool, but I don't want to talk too much more about it. So because of that, let's not go forward and talk more about it. Let's backtrack and focus on the car hockey stuff. That might be a delay of game, Cullen. If it is, it's gonna be kind of interesting because you can't have a 3-on goalie. That doesn't make sense in real life hockey, whether it's college or professional or Olympic, that is. Because you can't have anyone on the ice besides the goalie, because then that would be kind of unfair. Because then you have no one to play defense for except for the goalie, and that just doesn't seem quite right. Alright, so this is not my normal diecast car hockey event, actually. This is completely different. It's Olympic-based themed this time because, the Winter Olympics are happening on TV, actually. So that's why I decided to do this. And for that reason only, there's a reason why 2 teams are not competing. Technically a third, but they're not so much a team. They're more of a special design of Hot Wheels car, but they can be used on an actual team. So the way this game works is the penalties are pretty similar to real life, college professional penalties. The periods and scoring stuff are completely different. It's 1 period only. First team to 5 goals wins. If you hit 5 goals, you're the winner. If you end up having to go to overtime, it's the first team who scores wins. Otherwise, if you don't score and both teams have taken a total of 20 shots on goal and no one scores, then it goes to a shootout, and then the winner's decided in however many rounds of the shootout's done. So yeah. The other thing is there's only 6 cars per team in the toy car hockey game. 3 playing at a time, 4 including the goalie, and then there's 2 substitutional players. Normally I would have an extra goalie, but it just depends on if the goalie gets injured or not. So yeah. The other thing is I will try to make the teams based off newer cars that are non-collector ones, like, Hot Wheels and Matchbox basic cars, or sometimes moving parts ones that are not premium rubber tires ones, or ones that have stuff that looks like they will fall off really quickly kind of thing. So yeah. That pretty much sums up how the game works. The fans are a bit different because, I normally don't have fans every time in car hockey event or the baseball ones, just depending on if I want to include them or not. So yeah. However, I will say that in future I will try to get fans involved in these, car hockey, baseball, and the baseball, hockey ones that I do on my channel as the live event things. Otherwise than that, I don't really have, officiating, like coaches, things like that kind of, because then it would have too many players in the way, and then it's like, then you would feel like they're actually playing with the team instead of just doing their job officiating the game kind of thing. So, yeah. Well, you can see the cars right now. I do know that. I just dropped the puck, and that was not great. You can see the cars, though. See, the cars are all right here in this area, and these are the fans right here. Well, I don't know how I want to say this. I'm trying to say this the politest way I can, and that is this is a computer. I don't want to have my computer being, at a different angle, because this computer was given to me because I'm, did some huge accomplishment that I'm not wanting to say right now because it's completely different. And that is, something for a different time. Anyways, what I will say is that I don't want to have my computer, how I do the live streams, on top of me, because then it would not really be safe. Because, first of all, the computer has to be plugged in. It does lose battery really quickly if it's not plugged in. So, yeah, the computer has to kind of be stationary in one spot charging at all times normally, more often than I like it to be. Because, like I say, this computer battery will die relatively quickly, whether there's tabs open or not so many tabs open, because I never really changed the brightness of the screen. And the reason for not changing screen brightness is because if I make the brightness too low, you won't see anything. If it's too high, you'll see everything, maybe possibly with or without a glare, hopefully not too much glare. So yeah, enough talk about that. Let's get back to the game. I do believe it's 3-0, I think. Ooh, almost fell off the table. It's no goal. Yeah, thanks for understanding me out of as diecast. And it's a goal. I want to say it's 3-1, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's 3-1. That's the score. I forgot who had the penalty first. I'm just gonna put him back in. And it's 3-2 now. Well, it's only 1 goal difference now. I'm not sure who's gonna make it after that just happened. I'm surprised that Tampa isn't here yet, and he did say he should hopefully be able to make my live, but if he can't, that's totally fine. Is that a goal? No goal. I'm not sure how he stopped all of that, because I thought that was a goal somehow, and it didn't go past him far enough. Oops. That hit the goalie and went out of play. Time to reset. Timeout, France. France calls a timeout. Yeah, I forgot to mention in hockey they take timeouts, which isn't a bad idea, actually. Alright, so we're going to take a timeout from the game because the French team in this car hockey Olympics event calls a timeout. So because of that, we are in timeout mode for the hockey game right now for a few minutes. I wouldn't say 10 or 20 minutes because that's a bit too long. I wouldn't say 20 or 30 minutes because that's really long. 10 minutes is, a bit long. So it's probably going to be in the range of like 2 to 6 minutes for this timeout, meaning that now's the best time to just take a pause and, if there's any questions about the toy car hockey or toy car baseball, this would be the best time to ask because I will be resuming the game relatively soon. And like I did mention, I try to get new cars for the teams in baseball and hockey, so that way it's like different cars playing every time kind of thing. Or I'll use different new and old cars combined for the teams. So yeah. If you want to know what cars I use, they're mostly Hot Wheels Matchbox, non-rubber tire ones. Sometimes I will use them, but not that often anymore, just because of their collectability. I will tend to sometimes use Matchbox moving parts ones, but just not the rubber tires ones. I don't use Outer World or M2 Machines, Greenlight, Johnny Lightning, Majorette rubber tires, stuff like that. I just don't use premium diecast cars with the rubber tires or like the cheaply designed detailed parts on there that can fall off really quickly, kind of thing, for my toy car hockey and baseball teams when I do these events. Toy car football, I thought about doing it, but it's like, well, I don't see how that's going to work anymore, so that idea is out the window, meaning it's not going to happen, sadly. I wish it could, but I just found it too boring and kind of a bit too weird to do because the players and the point after stuff just didn't make sense to me when I tried doing it. I will be back. Alright, let's see what player things will happen in the game today on the iPad team for this game, because so far I did not get the legend player, but you never know, it could happen. Although, to be honest, if I don't get that player, it's not the biggest deal, because most of my outfielders in TSB 21 on my iPad team are all-time great ones, actually. In fact, my entire lineup for hitters is almost all-time greats completely. Just missing a few players, and then would be nothing but all-time great players. So, yeah. The thumbs up thing is a totally different thing on YouTube live streams. I completely forgot to mention that. If you can't stay and chat, the nice thing to do is just, watch the live and then hit the thumbs up button. So, yeah. Well, that was annoying. I didn't get a single player on the box from either team this time. That's a first. That's really a major first somehow. Well, um, sorry, I'm still on the break timeout thing for right now. So, yeah, I will resume the game relatively quick. Just taking a quick break right now. Now would also be the best time for people who are watching the live to get a drink of water or something like that. I'm just gonna be calm and realize that my game had a error happen in it, and the error or silly mistake it made was it froze out right when I was about to do something in like one of the in-game modes, like play a home run battle or something like that, and then the game just completely had to reset. And that's kind of not the best thing to happen. All these games keep saying they are fixing their bug fixes and whatever, but truly, they never do. There's always going to be more things that the game can fix. Like, how many games in a row can someone play before it crashes out and then has to reload the game, kind of thing. So, yeah. Because of that, it gets kind of annoying somehow, and people, respond to that differently. And yeah, because of that, I did lose an entry in this event for free player boxes in the game, which, wasn't that great. Oh, another person's here. Hopefully, they will be able to do something in the live stream. Thumbs up, whatever. If they can't, that's fine too. Well, there was another person here, but then they may or may not come back, and it looks like they're back. I'm not sure if the second person's Tampa or someone else. I did actually get a new subscriber to my channel, so I'm at like 241 or 242 subscribers now, actually. So yeah, I'm getting, closer towards the 250 mark. which is like 1/4 of 1,000 subscribers, and I feel like doing something a little bit more special once that happens. But depending on how long it is till I get to 50 subscribers, that special thing, live stream, whatever it may be, is gonna still be quite a while before it happens. So yeah. I haven't found too many new diecast cars either. If anyone was gonna ask me that, pig hunting videos are kind of like up in the air. Like I may or may not do them. I'm not sure, kind of thing. So yeah. I mean, technically, I can do pig hunting videos just as long as It's like I don't want to go into details about it, but it's like it's okay to do pig hunting videos. Just realize that it's probably better off doing it when people don't realize you're like in that area with the uniform thing on, kind of thing. You know what I mean by that. People should know what I mean by that. Like it's better off just going pig hunting in like regular normal clothes, kind of thing. If I'm going into too much information, someone should please do let me know that, because I will just stop the conversation completely. If that's making anyone feel uncomfortable with me saying that during the live, end of discussion, and I'm not going to say anything more about that topic then. All right, back to the game. So yeah, before this keeps going, I am with the score being 3-2 now. Actually, I'm just gonna do a few quick games in this thing. So yeah, Autobuzz Diecast, I hope you're still here. I am completely aware that I did say this was just a car hockey event thing only, but sometimes I may have to edit the title just to incorporate stuff. I should have said car hockey event thing with like breaks built in, kind of thing, or a Q&A session at the end. You know what I mean by that. Alright, well, I shall continue the game right now with the score being 3-2. And it's 3-3. France has tied it up. France has tied it up. France has tied the game. No goal. It's no good. And it's a goal. It's 3-4. France has taken the lead. That was an interesting goal, and somehow I didn't think that was going to go in, and it did. He got the goalie beat somehow, and I did not think that was going to happen. No goal. France has a chance to win and move on to the advancing teams. Goal, and it's 4-4. Well, it's 4-4, which means time to go to overtime again. Now, yes, my previous statement was I don't use rubber tire cars like Majorette and whatever, but for France, I have to use this car, this Majorette Citroen rally car with like probably rubber tires or similar to rubber tires as the goalie, because France can't have a goalie otherwise. They could use one of the Hot Wheels Chevrons, but that doesn't look like a goalie kind of car in my opinion. Although goalies can be different in car hockey, it just depends on which car you feel like using for it. And France wins in overtime. France wins in overtime. They are going on to the final 14 for the Spike Car hockey game. Whoa, where do you come from, Italy? You're not supposed to be in this celebration with France. I don't know what I want to do with that car who is in the wrong team celebrating the victory. I don't want to say this, but wrong team celebration car will be not playing for a total of. I don't want to make it too many games, like 20, because that's quite a lot. But they will not be playing for 8 toy car hockey games for celebrating with the wrong team, and they never did score a goal. But that's totally different, obviously. Or if they did score a goal, I may have missed it sometime. France wins in overtime and is going on to the final 4 teams. I can't believe that happened, but it just did. In overtime by 1 goal. Another game that went into overtime. I don't think the Japan-Germany or UK-Japan or Japan. I know Australia played USA. I know that. I can look at my life to figure out who played Germany and who played United Kingdom from the previous line. Anyways, should I keep the stream going with the winning teams, or should I just pause it here, like pause as in this live, and then do the other teams tomorrow for part 3 for the semifinals, and then do a part 4 with the final 2 teams? The only reason why I wouldn't feel like doing the losers team now is because, there's 4 teams, so technically I could do semifinal part 1 and 2 to make it, 4 lives that way. And then, 6 and 8, well, 5 and 6 for the winning team semifinals, and then part 7 would be the grand finale thing with 2 different teams playing each other in that live thing. But then I just realized, no matter which way I do it, whether it was the way I had it before, with all the winning and losing teams playing, it would still end up being 5 parts somehow. Or I could do the winning and losing team stuff right now, or just the 4 winning teams only. I don't know. And also, just because it seems like, Germany's close to the UK Olympic team, that does not mean they're going to play each other in the finals, kind of thing. Since, these 2 teams were from the second group that played on the second part, they're going to end up both playing a team from the first part. And I already know who I want to have playing against who, because, they have completely different cars, and so does the other team, and USA always ends up playing UK way more times than Germany, probably, unless Germany's in the playoffs thing for a regular toy car hockey season event during a live thing that I'm doing from, the last time I did one of those, or one I will do sometime soon again. Yeah. I think it's best if I have USA versus Germany, and then France versus United Kingdom, just because, France and UK, they don't seem to play each other too often. So, yeah, let's do it that way then. Unfortunately, Italy has lost. And that's going to hurt, because Italy's normally a team to watch out for normally in car hockey. Or what I could have done is I could have had the computer face the other way, so that way you can see all the cars all at once kind of thing. Like you would see the cars playing, the cars over there off to the side as the fans and all of that stuff. I mean, if I have it this way or the other way, it's kind of all the same thing, because it's like, some cars are so far back you won't be able to see them. Other cars you will see them because they're, closer to the screen kind of thing. So, yeah. I'm just getting the stuff set up. I think I will almost about ending the live, just because, I realized that if I do, the semifinals as a separate live, that's going to be 3, and then 4 would be the, finals kind of thing. I mean, I want it to be an even number for how many live things I do for this Olympic type car hockey event. I could do 2 and just call it done, but that means both semifinals done and then the finals done too at the same time. So yeah. I just realized something. You're seeing the Bentley first and then the other Bentley at the end back there. So yeah. Why don't we get the semifinal stuff set up with those teams playing. I do believe that since UK played first, that semifinal will happen first, the USA one will happen second, but before either of those happen, let's just take time to look at the fan cars in the live so that way people can see them. There's all the fan cars right there. The Flying Spur Reindeer 8, the C8R race car, the Wyra BC, the GTR 50, the Shelby GT 350R, the SMR DBS Super Leggera, however you pronounce that car's name, for the ending part of the name of the car, the ice racing Bentley Continental GT. So yeah, these were all the fan cars in the live thing. I thought I'd just show them again really quickly, and then the cars back here are the teams that are playing in the semifinal rounds for the winning teams, that is, because I just realized that if I do losing teams either way, it's going to end up an uneven amount of lives, and I just don't feel like doing that, unfortunately. Sometimes I'm okay with it. Other times I realize it's better to have it done an even amount for if something has to have 4 parts, it's 4 parts. If it's 2, it's 2. So yeah. All right, now since you saw the fan cars again, if you didn't see them, I will show them one by one at the end of the live again before it's over. Probably going to end it on the Bentley Sedan again, although I did that the first time, so I may choose a different car to end it on for the live. Maybe I'll end it on the black Nissan, because that black Nissan, the blue Pagani, just look really cool. So does the Corvette. I'm going to probably end it on either the Nissan, the Pagani, the Corvette. Not so much the Aston, because I like the color, but it's an okay color, just not the best color for it. All right, enough talk about that. Let's get the game started and underway. All right. Well, actually, they were home, they were away. So, yeah. If we wanted to make this fair, they can't be away again. So, yeah, the UK is going to have to be the home team then again for the second time. I do believe those were the ones I used, or was it these 3? I don't know. But I do know that these 2 will be playing this time, along with him. The first one I believe was these 3, yeah. So these 2 will be playing along with him. Alright, so my final one will be starting. And then after this, we shall see who's going to go into the final 2 teams. Will it be France or United Kingdom? Who do you think is going to win? Let me know in the chat feature. If there is anyone still doing stuff in the chat feature, that is. Tripping for Sarah Cosworth, and that's gonna hurt because UK has to put in a different substitutional car. No goal. And it's 0-1, or technically 1-0 UK. And they score a shorthanded goal. Sorry, this car from UK, their goalie, the Land Rover, the Matchbox one from Mixed 6 cars of last year's main line, is being a bit difficult with me. It does not want to stay put in one spot as their goalie. Nope, it's still no goal. No goal. And it's 0-2. Actually, I just realized something. Since UK keeps scoring, their player is going to be in the penalty box for a bit longer than planned, but the shorthanded goals are really helping them, though. Oh, wrong player. Well, I just realized that now. No goal, but it was close. And it's 3-0 United Kingdom, or 0-3, either way. Their penalty is only 30 more seconds, by the way. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2 seconds, and it's 0-4 UK. They've scored 4 shorthanded goals. 2, 1, 0. And that's still no goal. Wow. UK is holding France scoreless in this game. One more goal and UK will win. Ooh, that's a bad tumble there, and no one touched him except for just me now, and it looks like he's not going to be able to make it for the rest of this game. He's going to have to go off to the locker room as an injured player, and a substitutional card for UK is going to have to come in and play for him. And it's going to have to be, since I believe he already has played and scored quite a few goals, it's going to have to be the Aston Martin then. Tough break for UK. They just lost an injured player who scored 3 of the 4 shorthanded goals, and I don't know how they're going to respond with that now. No goal. Delay of game, 2 minutes. France, for having the goalie shoot it way out of play, did not touch a single car. And yeah, that's way... Well, it's not super far past the goalie, but it's still past him enough and into the crowds that, if, in real life hockey, it would be like, if they launch it out of play and no one else stick touches it or whatever, that would be a delayed game call. So I'm kind of basing it off that rule, but a little bit different there. But not by much difference, though. Closest player, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, you're going to penalty box. That's still no goal. Goal, and it's 4-1 now. They finally score.
Release.
I'll be back.
Are you live?
Yes, I am.
Never mind.
My room is better.
How long are you going to be online?
It shouldn't be that much longer because I have 2 games to finish, and then I have technically another one after that for the final thing, and then it's done. Well, then that's going to throw my schedule off, and I don't like doing things in uneven parts normally. Alright, I'm back. Sorry for that brief pause in the game. Okay. Out of play, no good. Whoa. Well, it's still 4-1. Yeah, and I do realize this live is going on for a bit over an hour. Still no goal. Wow. And it's a goal. They win. Well, UK wins it mostly thanks to the F1 over there. The Sierra gets 1 goal, the Focus gets 1 goal, the F1 GTR does not get a goal, nor does the Aston Martin V12 Speedster. So, yep, that's it for the first semifinal. UK is going to the next round. Final score of 1-5 was enough to seal the win. Well, not to mention, their goalie was really impressive. Celebration time for UK. Alright, let's get USA and Germany done and then the final game done and see what happens there. I mean, Zelda Diecast Racing did choose a good team to make it to the whole thing and win it all, but just not their time yet, unfortunately. But there will be a day where Australia does better, hopefully, and makes it to the advancing round. Alright, USA will be the home team this time, not the away team. Germany's away. I completely forgot who they used. I do know USA used those 3 cars, so these 2 will be playing this time, along with him, who is probably their best scorer for their new teammates. That is, probably. Alright, let's get this game started and underway. Oh no, so I forgot to mention, there are no wingers in my toy-car hockey games. There's only 3 cars because the car on the right and left, will be the left defense and winger person. They're basically doing 2 actions instead of just 1. And USA scores, it's 0-1 or 1-0. 0-2 or 2-0. USA's on a roll. However, they're going to have a tough time if they plan on beating UK. And UK will be the away team, actually, not the home team, because they were the, if I'm not mistaken, away team twice, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they were. They almost scored a 3rd goal past another car. No goal. And that's a goal. It's 3-0 USA. No goal. Whoa. That's almost end of the point. We may want to move the substitutional cars a bit more off to the side over there, so that way. Ooh, that's an interference call. I just noticed that the Ford or either the Ford or something pushed the Porsche to be a bit off center, and they're going to call it either interference or play on, because it didn't look like the Porsche was fully moved by the Ford. No, it's not. And it's a goal. However, this goal will be under review. So as of right now, it's 4-0, but it just depends on if that interference call will stand or not, though. So we have a penalty under review. But looks like I didn't see much. That's no goal. They moved the goalie. Tampa's wife. Hey, how are you? Tampa, what's up? I'm glad you made the live. Alright. If this goal and the previous goals, well, if not this goal, but the previous goal stands as a real goal, it will be USA wins and goes to the next round for the final round of the Olympic car hockey event versus UK. Alright. They are coming to an agreement. After further review, the call on the imaginary arena is goal. There was no call for interference because they did not see one of the cars interfere with the other car. So after further review, they both called a goal, and USA has advanced. USA has advanced to the finals in the Untitled Hockey Olympics. USA has done it. They have advanced to the finals and will play the United Kingdom in the final event. Unfortunately, that means Germany will have to settle for bronze. Well, actually, I just realized something. This is why it kind of is important to have, the final four teams play again, kind of thing. Well, actually, it would have to be Germany versus France to see who gets third place officially. Because all those other teams that got eliminated did not make the final four teams, so because of that reason only, we're gonna have to do a bonus game before the final game to see who ends up winning the bronze medal for my car hockey Olympics event. So USA is moving on to the final as one of the two teams, but for right now, the final game is on a brief pause until we have France and Germany playing each other. Let's use him. So Tampa, who do you think is going to get the third place bronze medal in the car hockey Olympic event thing? Oh wow, I just realized I didn't play, or did I play? I don't know. Sure, hope so. Because if not, then... Nope, I didn't play. Well, that's kind of fine. So, Tampa, who do you think is going to get the bronze medal? Germany or France? Hopefully, we're both still here. Let's see. You, and you are playing. You're playing there. Alright, so one of these teams will get the third place bronze medal. The other team walks away with nothing. I feel like it could be France, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be one of these two teams. I'm not sure who it is. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not sure who's going to get third place bronze. Imaginary medal thing. Well, Germany scores. It's 1-0 Germany already. So one of these teams will get the bronze. The other team doesn't get any imaginary medal. Out of play, and no one touched that. That's not quite far enough for a delay of game call. Had it gone, well, I don't know, because I feel like I'm being a bit nice sometimes with delay of game penalties. And it's 2-0 Germany. It looks like Germany's going to get bronze, but we don't know. Anything could happen. No goal. Tripping Germany, and that's right when he was about to take the shot. I don't know if they're going to call it a penalty shot or just a regular penalty, because it looks like he didn't quite take the shot, but he was sure lined up ready to take one, and and looked like it threw him off his game for his shot plan right after that happened. And unfortunately, it's kind of hard to do a penalty shot thing because, you would have to do 2 cars at once kind of thing, and that's really difficult for me to do. However, if it doesn't look like they're in the motion of shooting, we won't call it a penalty shot. But I think from now on, if they're in the motion of getting towards close to shooting a shot, it should be a penalty shot. Yep, that's a penalty shot. If the penalty shot does not count as a goal, it will be a 2-minute penalty for tripping. So all the players will go off to the side. And he scores. It's a goal. It's a goal, and it's 2-1 now. Well, correction, 1-2. My bad. It's 1-2. It looks like France is back in this game, not out yet. Is that a goal? That looks like it to me. It is, and it's 2-2. France has tied it up. Germany scores, and it's 2-3. Cut myself there, because if I said 3-2, that would mean France would be ahead actually that time. And it's 3-3. France has tied it up yet again. My goodness, these teams do not want to have either team go down without a medal. It's going to be a third place fight in the 20-car hockey game. 5 minutes for fighting, BMW and Renault. They ended up fighting over each other for the puck, and because of that, they are sent to the penalty box each. And they've all sent to the penalty box 2 more minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. There's not really an unnecessary roughness penalty in hockey. It's more, if there is, then they would be in the penalty box for 9 minutes total. Well, the unnecessary roughness in hockey terms would, I guess, be considered a fighting penalty in a way. And not only that, but that is their first warning. If they get 2 more, they will be indefinitely suspended for fighting for 3 times in one game. Because I don't want to, go on too long.
This one's lightweight.
After review, they will be in the penalty box for only 7 minutes because there's no unnecessary, roughness kind of thing. We have to make sure there was no hooking or tripping or slashing calls involved in there too, because there could have been possibly. Wow. After official review, so we're game on pause. Score still tied, so that's good. Wow, that's a huge penalty. So instead of 7 minutes, they did see all those 3 other penalties I called. So add, 4, 5. Yeah, they're in the penalty box for 12 minutes in total now. Thanks everyone for hitting the thumbs up button too, by the way. Yep, so it's a 12-minute penalty for France and Germany for a 2-on-2 for 12 minutes. That's gotta hurt. However, their penalty time can be cut down if someone scores. Nope, it's no good. I like how the teams are, being a bit more team-like and, making sure everyone gets a chance to do something. No good. That was almost a tripping call, but not quite. And it's good. It's 3-4. It looks like Germany's slowly getting close to winning this game. This would be quite a far goal if they make it. No, they don't. It goes off the goalie. And they score. It's 4-4. Well, game's tied. We are going to overtime shorthanded. The penalties are now both down by 2 minutes. So instead of the penalties being for 10 minutes, they're down to 8 minutes each now for the penalties. However, since it's overtime, the penalties will still be on for 8 minutes, unfortunately. Out of play, no good. Horst tried to win it for Germany, but couldn't do it. I like how they tried to pass it to each other to get it to the other team, but neither one scored. Oh, and that misses too. Wow. That hits the goalie. Nope, it's no good. My goodness, this game is going on for way longer. And that's still out of play. No one scored yet, and that's 2 shots on goal so far. My goodness, this game is going on longer than I thought. Hopefully, Tampa, you're still here. I hope you're liking this live car hockey Olympic thing too, because I know I am. This is going on way longer than I planned, and that's, good and bad for a few different reasons. And it's over. Germany wins. Germany wins in overtime. The first wins it in overtime for Germany. And Germany's going home with the imaginary bronze medal in the Winter Hockey Olympics Games. It took 3 shots on goal, and we finally get our game winner. Wow, that took way longer than expected. Oh, Annabeth, hey, I'm glad you're back. Which means whoever does not win this game will get silver. Whoever wins this game gets gold for the final game. Oh, and that's right. UK is going to be the home team. USA is the away team this time. So actually, they are right. Although, wasn't UK away? Or were they home? For that previous game. I can't remember now. It just happened not too long ago. UK versus one of these teams. They were home or away. I know that. Well, USA was the away team, I believe, in their first game against Australia. Then they were home, so they should be away. Yeah, USA should be the away team, which means that UK is the home team. Although UK was just the home team, I believe, in the previous game, because their goalie was that way, meaning they were the home team going this way. So, yeah, USA is going to have to be either home or away. We'll figure this out just depending on who gets the puck first. Alright, so I'm going to have to send one player from each team over into the middle of the area to see who's going to be home and away. Well, USA gets the puck first, and they select to be home team, which means they are staying put, and same with UK. They are staying put too then. Actually, they're going to switch sides. That's right. They're going to switch sides because the UK was the home team last time. My bad. They are switching sides. Oops. I just realized that. Yeah, it's going to be these three playing because those two played last time, actually. It's going to be these three for UK this time, meaning those two are substitutional play. Although the F1 may or may not be able to play if they are feeling better from their injury from the previous game. I hope they are. And we are going to get official word if the McLaren F1 supercar will be able to play as a substitutional player if need be for UK. They are looking at it, and it looks like the answer is unfortunately no. He will not be able to play. That injury was a bit more worse than they have thought. And USA scores. It's 1-0. No goal for UK. And it's a goal. USA scores. It's 2-0 now. Well, let's see what happens. Will USA win it all and get the goal, or will UK find a way to do something? USA scores. It's 3-0 now. I don't think that... Did the Tesla score a goal? I don't know. I think he did. Yeah, he did. He probably scored the first one. And it's 4-0 USA. My goodness, this is going to be a really quick game at this rate. Look at this teamwork. USA's just keep moving the puck closer without UK even knowing it, and now they do seem to notice that. Ooh, that's going to be a double interference call. Interference on the Ford and the other Ford. Because the Ford pushed that Ford and the other Ford pushed him almost right into the Tesla. So that's a double interference call. Forgot the French car was over there. So they're off to the penalty box 2 minutes each. And that unfortunately does mean UK will have to have a substitutional car. And given the fact it can't be the F1, unfortunately, it's going to have to be the Aston Martin Speedster. Wow. A double penalty call at the worst time ever, right when you're close to winning. No goal. He bumped the goalie. And they're going to have to redo the face-off now. Oh, the Aston almost scored, but no good. No good. And the goalie stops it. That's still no good. Is that a goal? he just moved the puck, and they're going to have to, unfortunately, say, well, now they're not sure because it looks like it was a goal, but since I couldn't move the car back all the way, they're going to have to say no goal. Ooh, it looks like the puck went out of play into the fans, and yeah, this is going to be interesting now. Is there a delayed game penalty? Because the 2-minute interference call should be over in about 10 seconds, actually. If I'm not mistaken. And since it's a 2-on-2, the penalty time can't really be decreased. That's only if it's a major penalty, the time can be decreased. But if it's a 2-on-2, they have to stick with that until, the penalties are both over for both teams fully. And since they happen at the same time, they're going to be done at the same time. Let's see. Yeah, no delayed game penalty this time. Just for the fact that they have to redo the face-off again. Oops. It's about to have the face-off happen the wrong way. And it's over. USA wins. USA gets gold. And the Car Hockey Olympics. USA has done it. They shut down United Kingdom 5-0. USA has won it all. Major celebration for USA and their fans. Where's the 2 USA fans? The fans over there are going crazy after their team just wins it all. Well, that was exciting and fun. Tough luck for UK. They got shut down that time. And I am surprised that happened because their goalie has done really well for them this time. But just not enough this time, though, and USA takes the win. Well, that's pretty much it. If there's any questions about this Olympic type of toy car hockey event I did, or, other toy car things, sports, or, outside of the sports, like non-toy car hockey, toy car baseball related, like peg hunting, stuff like that, just ask the questions really quickly. If not, then I will end the live, and I will probably may or may not do a peg hunting video sometime today. Well, thanks everyone for being here. I'm so glad, Tampa, that you made it. Not just Tampa, but Tampa and Tampa's girl made it too. I'm glad both of them made it, actually, because I was not expecting both of you to be here. So thank you, both of the 2 separate Tampa's channels for being here. And thanks, Autobuzz, for showing up for your first time being in one of my live streams. I do appreciate everyone that was here for being here. And if you couldn't be here, well, just leave a comment on the live stream once it shows up on my channel, which probably won't be until sometime later on today or possibly tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll say it again. Have a fabulous weekend, because the weekend actually starts tomorrow. Yep. It's already Friday as of tomorrow. This week has gone by really quickly, surprisingly. And before you know it, we're going to be into March soon enough, actually. Bye, everyone.